Good evening, everyone. We'll call the meeting to order of Town of the Pod Council for February 27, 2017. I need a resolution to adopt the agenda, please.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward. Resolved that the agenda be adopted as amended. Consent. Don't understand that one.
Any questions? Call the question. All in favor? Okay, confirmation of minutes, please.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Forward. Resolved that the minutes of the regular council meeting and the minutes of the committee of the whole February 13, 2017 be hereby approved. All statutory declarations have been complied with. Thank you.
Okay, any discussion on this? I'll call the question. All in favor? Opposed, abstained, 5-0. Citizens period. Anybody wish to make a presentation this evening? Okay. One moment, please. Okay, item number 5, CAO report.
So the following is an update as it relates to various departments. Museum held opening reception for the artwork of Linda Monroe. There were pieces actually sold that evening, which is nice. Home Roots concert was yet another success. The museum is processing artifacts into the collection, and they've also added some new merchandise into the gift shop. We are still actively searching for a fire chief. Town staff is going to be taking respectful workplace training, and also we're going to be receiving a presentation on sun safety. Sun safety is something we do every year with our outside employees, and we do that always just before the summer season, and it's just some safety facts as it relates to the heat and the sun. Zoning and municipal bylaw enforcement bylaws have been reviewed extensively, and there's going to be recommendations being prepared for council. 2 departments worked on development proposal with planning branch. Admin also gathered information for the province as it relates to items which were archived. Engineering worked on snow clearing, sidewalk plowing, and various duties preparing for festival. Now they've taken stuff down for festival. Water break repairs and sewer freeze-ups are being addressed. Valve and hydrant maintenance along with inspecting manholes is also being done. Staff is preparing for contract negotiations with both CUPE and United Steelworkers. We're working on lots of zoning and development inquiries. It is nice to see that people that are doing any kind of development are contacting the town prior to having their building permits, because then they know now to call us and they give the information, and it's been very good for us also. I had a few screening officer meetings regarding parking tickets. This is ongoing, and I must say some are successful, but most are just basically taking time to admit that they were wrong in a parking ticket. Yep. Cordwood Vonspool had a big success. There was 90 children that participated this year. Recreation Director attended the Reconnection Seminar in Winnipeg, and Recreation also had a contest on Facebook that approved to engage members on social media. I know every once in a while they'll do a Facebook contest, and they've ended up with a lot of followers as a result of their contests.
Good. Any questions for the report? Good report, thank you, Randy. Bylaws 6.1, bylaw number 4560.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that bylaw number 4560 being a bylaw of the Town of the Pod to establish a development incentive program and to repeal bylaw number 4507 be read a first time. So this is an updated version of the development incentive bylaws that we've had in the past here. This one is kind of it clarifies some things. It speaks to incentives for single-family residential, for commercial and industrial, and for multi-residential developments. And this was discussed at the previous committee of the whole meeting.
Great. Any discussion? Councillor Rock?
Yeah, I had a question, and it's something that I just dawned on me this past week. As in our title, we refer to it as a development incentive program, whereas in the body of the document, we only seem to be referring to tax incentives. And those present 2 totally different images in your mind. Is it to give back taxes, or is it to have development happen? The title suggests that it should be development, and I'm just wondering if we shouldn't look at it in terms of changing the language to reflect the intent of the bylaw. Because I don't think the intent is just, well, we wanted to give money, so we found this was the reason why. It was a matter of we want to get development, and the way to provide an incentive is to reference tax.
I'm not sure that I understand, if I'm being honest. So it's called, the bylaw says it's a development incentive program, which would imply that it's a program to provide an incentive for development. And in the body of the bylaw, it speaks to tax incentives related to changes in assessment with respect to development. So I'm not sure that I understand exactly, is it the title that you have a problem with, or is it the?
Well, I think the problem is, and if I'm looking at it as a taxpayer, and it always refers to tax incentive as opposed to development. And we ran into this in other issues where we use different language. It's a financial incentive, for sure, and it's based on tax. But I think we send a different message in the body than we do in the title. That was all. And if it goes into the list of bylaws, then when it comes listed on the bylaw list, it should be referred to as the Development Incentive Program, not as the tax incentive, because that isn't what it's called. That's where I noticed there's a difference when you pull it up and look for it. It's listed differently. So.
Well, is it something that, I mean, this is the first reading, so is it something that we can address kind of grammatically?
That's what I was
for the
actually
second
going to
and
say.
third?
I would recommend, because it is well known in the community as tax incentive, I would recommend that we change the opening to consider this our tax incentive bylaw rather than development, because it's something that easy moving on 20 years from now. A tax incentive is easier to remember than a development, because that's what everybody's paying is the tax rate, right?
Right.
So I would say, before we bring it back for second and third reading, we will make that amendment to call it the tax incentive.
Okay, so I agree. I don't want to spend too much time on this if we're going to be discussing it at committee of the whole, but no point slowing down the process. So when I get it returned to me, I'll call the question. All those in favor? 2, 3, 4 opposed?
Where are you? I think Margaret has a comment or a question.
Okay, no, I agree with it, but there's going to be a change to it.
It's going back to committee of the whole.
Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
so what'll happen is in the next time that you actually review it, it'll be as amended. Because we've made changes from the first reading, so the second resolution will be hereby, bylaw number blah, 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 as amended.
There's no point in grinding it to a halt?
No, I'm
just-
not, no,
yeah,
I'm just,
yeah,
no,
yeah. Okay.
I'm not halting the process.
Yeah. Okay, all right, let's move on to committee, 7.3.1, the 2016 audit resolution, please.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and assistant CAO to sign the engagement letter with Collins Barrow HMA LLP with regards to the 2016 audit.
Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor?
That's 7.3.1?
That's what it says on here. It says 6.3.1 on the computer.
I was just wondering why I've got 6.3.4 and .3.
The numbering on your pages are wrong. That's why that should say sevens. Not, so on your hard copies
Oh.
on your desk, those should say sevens. Instead of 6.3.1 you have there, it should say 7 point.
Okay, this one is, all right, okay.
7.3.2, Manitoba Sustainable Development of the Province of Manitoba Mutual Aid.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Commodore, be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and the assistant CAO to sign a mutual aid agreement with Manitoba Sustainable Development of the Province of Manitoba with regards to emergency measures. Again, this was discussed at committee of the whole last week, or last, whenever
Any
that was.
discussion on this?
At the last committee of the whole meeting.
Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? All right, 7.3.3, Mobility Disadvantaged Transportation Program.
I have that one. Sorry about that. Moved by Councillor Rock, seconded by Councillor Zelinski. Whereas the handy van requires the town to sign the Mobility Disadvantaged Transportation Program 2016 Annual Operating Report, and whereas the town acts as sponsors of the handy van service and are responsible for any deficit the handy van may occur, therefore be it resolved, the council authorized the mayor and assistant chief administrative officer to sign the handy van annual operating report to be submitted to the Mobility Disadvantaged Transportation Program.
Perfect. Thank you. Any discussion on this at all?
Nothing.
No? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay. All right. 7.3.4, the 2015 Public Sector Compensation Disclosure Report.
Moved by Councillor Rock, seconded by Councillor Zelinski. Be it resolved that council authorize the mayor and the assistant CAO to sign a letter from Collins Barrow HMA LLP in connection with the audit of the Public Sector Compensation Disclosure Report of the Town of the Paw for the year ended December 31st, 2015.
Any comments, discussions? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Okay. All right, 7.3.5, payroll and accounts.
Moved by myself, second by Councillor Rock. Be it resolved that council authorize the following accounts. Pay period number 2 in the amount of $108,358.98. Pay period number 3 in the amount of $99,005.71. Town of the Paw check numbers 18,322 to 18,392 in the amount of $653,914.64. And electronic funds transfer in the amount of $116,577.26.
Any inquiries on the payrolls and accounts? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Thank you. It's carried. 7.3.6, Rail Safety Week.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Rock. Whereas Public Rail Safety Week is to be held across Canada from April 24th to the 30th, 2017. And whereas it is in the public's interest to raise citizens' awareness on reducing avoidable accidents, injuries, and damage caused by collisions at level crossings or incidents involving trains and citizens. And whereas Operation Lifesaver is a public-private partnership whose aim is to work with the rail industry, governments, police services, the media, and other agencies and the public to raise rail safety awareness. And whereas Operation Lifesaver has requested the Town of the Paw Council to adopt this resolution in support of its ongoing effort to save lives and prevent injuries in communities including our municipality. Therefore be it resolved that Council support National Public Rail Safety Week to be held from April 24th to the 30th, 2017.
Staying forward. Thank you very much. Call the question. All in favor? It's carried.
Sorry.
7.4.1, Development Agreement.
Moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Rock. Be it resolved that Council authorize the Mayor and the Assistant CAO to sign a development agreement with Jeff Jones as per discussion during the in-camera portion of the February 13th, 2017 Committee of the Whole meeting.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? Hearing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? It is carried. Reports? Yes.
That one motion.
The rail
the one
safety.
before, I didn't sign it.
Sorry,
Oh.
Brian did.
Okay. They would have tracked you down.
Yeah, they would have found you.
Museum Board, Councillor Rock.
I don't know whether, I have to check. I believe we just had a meeting. Yes, we had a meeting. We'd have our next meeting coming up would be on the second Tuesday of February or March rather, but we've had our meetings and basically Randy highlighted a lot of the things that have been going on with council, and with regard to the budget and whatnot, that's still a work in progress in terms of tightening it up as best they can.
Okay. Thank you. Chamber of Commerce, Councillor Commodore.
Unfortunately, I was not able to go there because we had another meeting at the same time, but there was not too much on the agenda. The one thing I remember on the agenda was downtown safety, and we're looking for a staff member and working on the trade show. So as soon as I get the minutes, which I haven't got yet, I will pass
Good.
them along.
Okay, thank you. Sustainable Forest, Councillor Rock.
As Sustainable Forest, our next meeting is, let me see, March 2nd. We'll have this will be the committee's first meeting with the new company.
Good stuff. Citizens on Patrol, Councillor Commodore.
Our meeting is tomorrow night, either tomorrow night or the next week.
Coming
I think
up.
it's tomorrow night, yes.
It's imminent.
Next
All right
week.
then. Recycling Board, Councillor Zelinski.
No meeting. We have a meeting in a couple weeks.
Library Board, Councillor Forward.
We've not had a meeting. We have one coming up on the 7th, I believe.
Joint Committee of Council, Councillors Commodore and Rock.
No meeting as yet, and no tentative date for it. We haven't got any information yet from what we talked
Okay,
about
we
before.
are meeting with the RM though tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and KSD Committee, myself, Councillors Ford and Zelinski, we haven't had a meeting. Okay. Citizens period, already. My goodness. Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll motion to adjourn.
There we go. All right. And we will gather next door for a committee of the whole. Thank you very much.